just look at here is the basics of massage. So the first thing is that you've got your patient lying with, you can't see the head, but it's on a pillow. And remember always to use some kind of pillow or bolster under the knees if they're supine, or under the ankles if they're prone, because otherwise you're going to put strain on the knees there. And also you put strain on the back if the legs are flat. So that's the reason for the bolster when they're supine. With a towel, make sure that you've only got the area that you want to work with exposed. Keep them nice and cosy with the towel otherwise. Keep the towel over their feet and keep their feet nice and cosy, and then they're comfortable. And the couch you want at a height so that when you put your fist like this, it just touches the couch. So that's the kind of basic height you want for normal basic massage moves. We then need a wee bit of oil, but you only need a tiny bit. So if we watch here, that's probably enough. We can always put more on, but it's like putting salt into something. If you put too much on, it's difficult to take off. So start with a tiny wee bit, just rub it into your own hands, and then with my freezing cold hands, I'm now going to go up with Diana. Now notice my stance. My back straight, my far away leg is bent, and I'm there. So I'm going to go back onto my back foot, and then I'm going to rock from my back foot onto my front foot. And make sure that you finish the stroke off. So don't put any pressure on the kneecap, on the patella, but start with the heel of your hand just above there, and then go all the way up, and make sure the pressure is through both hands evenly, so it's not just the heel of your hand you're doing, and make sure you go right up and over to the top, and then just lift off, and you're always massaging towards the heart. There's no point doing that, because all you're doing is moving stuff from top to bottom. So you're helping all of the blood, the lymph, everything to move up to the heart. So don't put any pressure on the downstroke. You can keep a gentle contact, but there's no pressure. And that finishing off is really important in terms of how the patient feels. They feel cheated if you don't go all the way up. And as I say, try and keep an even pressure. Don't put pressure just on your fingers like this. Don't put pressure just like that with your fingers sticking up. It's a very, very flat hand with pressure all the way through it. And you've got that straddle stance. And I'm not bending my elbows. My arms are absolutely straight. And all the pressure's coming from me rocking from one leg to the other and just using my body weight to put the pressure through. So that's basic effleurage. A stroke which you could consider as probably almost into petrissage is stripping. And you could call it a deeper effleurage. The stripping kind of falls between effleurage and petrissage move. We need to make sure that you use the fleshy part of your arm. Nobody wants a bone sticking into them. So you need to make sure that you get your arm far enough round so that it's the fleshy part that's being used. And again, it's the same straddle stance. Again, same start, just above the patella. And now you're much deeper. So I've got a much more lunge position, a much lower. And again, I'm just using my body weight, and see the speed that I'm going. I'm not rushing up all the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come round. There's no actual elbow sticking in, but I'm coming right round and finishing that stroke off. And I lighten it up so that my elbow doesn't stick in as I get to that top bit. So I'll be getting there in a minute. So I'm getting up towards the groin, and then I just sweep my elbow over, but less and less pressure as I go, because I don't want that bony elbow sticking in. We never want bones sticking in. Bones don't feel anything, they go in too hard, and then all that happens, instead of the muscle relaxing, it pushes you out and it contracts, and then we can just go back and do a wee bit of effleurage. So that is your basic effleurage, and you're stripping. Similar stance, but it's lower when you're stripping. You need to bend that knee, that front knee much more, and push off from your back leg. So that's stripping.